What's up, Nerd Crew? Nurdie J here, and today we're going to take a look at the original version of the Warp Digivolving BlackAgumon that turns into BlackWarGreymon. Without further ado, cue the intro! Though BlackAgumon was never featured in the Digimon adventure as a whole, thanks to the original trading card game and this Warp Digivolution toy, BlackAgumon is the standard rookie level Digimon for BlackWarGreymon. More on that in a bit. For now, let's just focus on BlackAgumon. BlackAgumon is a reptile-type Digimon in the style of an upright bipedal dinosaur. Compared to most rookie-level Digimon, BlackAgumon has a lower power level and thus has a nasty attitude of needing something to prove. Incapable of feeling fear or understanding others dealing with it, BlackAgumon has grown quite ferocious and super sadistic, which gets even worse when someone, be it human or Digimon, fears this GoldenEye Digimon. With hardened claws on its hands and feet, BlackAgumon can perform its claw attack, slashing its opponents with extreme intensity. BlackAgumon can also consume the surrounding air in its lungs, superheating it, ultimately releasing it in a huge fireball called Pepper Breath. So, let's get into articulation. There isn't too much, but because of AJ, it is kind of floppy. He has nothing at the head or neck area. He does have a ball joint, but limited, so he can't really do in and outs, just a wiggle. But he can do a 360 in the arms. And due to a ball joint, he can pivot his elbow to about 90 degrees. And it can rotate if you want to further hide these other parts. Only with mine, it just droops. There's no friction when you turn him around like that. He does have a hip joint. The hips are clear in here, and sorry it's black and it's kind of hard to see. I know I don't have the world's best camera, but there's a ball joint, so he can articulate. He also has a knee hinge here, but it's also floppy. Not as floppy as this arm, but it is kind of floppy. And a ball joint for his foot. Now, he is a different tool compared to the Agumon I reviewed. Please check it out. It is in my Digimon playlist, or else you can find it solo through the regular playlist. Thing is that there are a few major differences, especially with the Digivolution process. And I wish I had him, but right now he's kind of packed away. So I'm going to try and find a picture and put it right here of the original Digimon that I have. If not, then I do have a picture of regular Agumon. So, just comparing the two. So, yeah, it's pretty much just Agumon with silver claws, black color scheme, and instead of green eyes, he's got gold. So, that's the difference. So, there's that. Now, for the Digivolution itself. What I like to do is start off with the claws, the upper claws, and you take and unfold these claws to extend them, and they are pegged in right at the forearm right here, so that is kind of convenient. And then you just stretch, double hinge it essentially. Stretch out that claw, so this hand is visible. Then you take and unsnap this elbow joint, and then you rotate it on this ball joint, bring it around. Actually, don't bring it around just yet. Just keep it hanging down, but just bring it to the side. So do that here. You unpeg the claws and clip them in. There is a soft friction there. And then you just straighten out that claw and then bring out that. Then you want to come to the head and separate it, revealing like the entire upper half of the body. And you have to, the reason why I didn't want to peg these in right away is because you have to clear that. Now, because of this age, these friction hinges do kind of just fail sometimes, but they easily snap back on. So, you have that. Then you want to bring up on these weird hinges here, the arms. Now you could just rotate up the shoulder pads that used to be the elbow guards. So like that. And then you want to rotate 180 this whole bottom unit, peg in the torso. Then you want to unpeg the side panels, like so. And as you're doing so, I forgot a step. Yeah, you're supposed to unpeg this belly part first and then rotate it up and place it onto this back, and it will peg in. So there's a peg right here, and there's a peg hole right here. So you just peg that in, and that becomes his back, which is a total different Digivolution scheme than the other Agumon that I did for the new Bandai Spirits one. Rotate the feet around, and you want to make sure that this hole, there's a hole on each leg, you want to have that facing forward. So this one kind of rotated weird. So just do that. Bring down these cuffs, and then that hole that I mentioned, they will just peg into it. Let me try and get that. So there we go. Just force that in. And this is pretty much like a sturdy soft plastic that you're dealing with. So they don't just like peg in, they just friction in. So essentially you just want these to go down to the side. And then you want to accordion this up. So normally it's like this. And then you just bring up those panels. And yeah, these hinges here on the shoulders are kind of droopy. They don't really friction in. And because they are pinned in and not screwed in, I do not know how to fix that very well without like potentially gluing them all together. So you can't digivolve any further. Just getting his back popped back in. There we go. And then you want to bring the head up, like so. Rotate these horns up. And this horn, flip forward. And then just get everything situated. And you have BlackWarGreymon, a fan favorite. So, for articulation, if you need the cuffs to go weird, you can. But he does have ball joints in the shoulder, in the elbows and shoulders, but the shoulders are now more limited because of the elbow guards. I mean, the shoulder guards. Head can't really do much. The panel can go up and down if you need it for clearance. He's got more articulation in his legs. And he's got a ball joint in his knee. And ball joint in his foot. So, the wings can rotate, but they're not supposed to really do that. Like I said, it is an older toy. It's like, going on over 20 years now, this toy? So, this original version, which they did make a regular Agumon version, but I decided to go with the, when I decided to rekindle my Digimon toy getting, I decided to get the Tri version or the Digivolving Spirits version of Agumon while getting the original version of BlackWarGreymon. Just to differentiate that between mine and B-Man's BlackWarGreymons a bit. So, there you have BlackWarGreymon. Even though BlackAgumon ultimately digivolves into BlackWarGreymon, in Digimon Season 2, Adventure 02, BlackWarGreymon was actually created from 100 black spires thanks to an evil Digimon called Arukinimon. A Dragonkin Digimon, BlackWarGreymon is called the Jet Black Dragon Warrior by any survivors from his onslaughts. Also a virus type, BlackWarGreymon is the exact opposite of the standard WarGreymon, which is a vaccine type. Both in the original trading card game and in the anime, BlackWarGreymon is treated as a Mega Level Digimon. During the events of the latter part of Season 2, BlackWarGreymon starts to question his purpose and what he was fighting for. Ultimately, he started his way towards doing good and becoming an anti-hero, and ultimately sacrificing himself, dying a hero's death. Throughout his tenure in Season 2, BlackWarGreymon became a huge fan favorite and, in my opinion, one of the greatest characters in the first 2 seasons. In the anime, BlackWarGreymon used 3 types of attacks, being his Terra Destroyer, where he uses a very similar attack to WarGreymon's Terra Force, except for that he takes all of the negative emotions within the world and concentrates them into one spot. Then throws the massive blazing red sphere as opposed to WarGreymon's orange sphere. Draymon Killer. Using his Draymon Killer gauntlets, BlackWarGreymon rapidly slashes the enemy with deadly precision. And finally, Black Tornado. Spinning at tremendous speeds, like a tornado, BlackWarGreymon then launches himself at the enemy. Sorry about that last part. I kind of took a deep breath, swallowed wrong, and kind of hyperventilated as I was trying to say things without realizing it. Thinking I was fine. Anyway, I've been Nurdie J for Nurdie Boys. This has been BlackWarGreymon / BlackAgumon. And that actually concludes Season 2 of what I own for the Digimon Digivolving toys. Next up will be Digimon Tamers and Digimon, I believe, Tri. So I think Tri's going to be first. So with that said, please like, subscribe, stay tuned, and I will catch you next time.